Hello, hello, ladies and gentlemen. How are you all doing? My name is Audible Silence. Welcome on into the stream. It is 1:43 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and that, of course, means it is stream time. And we are here for part 2 of the incredible experience so far that has been Outer Wilds. Honestly, shaping up to be one of my favorite games that I have played in the hottest of minutes. Hello! Welcome on into the stream. Happy Sunday to all of you. I hope you all are doing well. Danny, welcome on in. Yes, yes, indeed. Did you go back and watch part 1 yet? But yeah, no, I think it's going to be shaping up to nice. But yeah, I think it's shaping up to be quite the awesome experience so far. I have had no complaints with the way Outer Wilds has run. I think it's going to continue to be a very, very cool, incredible experience as we discover more and more about what the Zomai were up to in this here star system. And yeah, today we're going to try to conclude some of our investigations on Brittlestone, whatever that place is. Still haven't figured out how to reach the Black Hole Forge controls yet, so we will hopefully figure that out at some point. We're going to try to start making our way over to some of the other locations in the meantime. But yeah, I think it's going to be a good day with a lot of fun. So with that, I welcome you all in to grab yourself a snack, get a drink, sit back, relax, and welcome on in to the wonderful world of Outer Wilds. I know that some of you are having an amazing day, some of you are not having an otherwise amazing day, but hopefully we can make your day just a little bit better. Strap yourselves in, get your suit on, get in that rocket. Let's head into Outer Wilds. You got it? Oh my god, that's amazing, Danny. Congrats. Hell yeah. Oh, it's so exciting. Am I allowed to ask where at? Only if you're comfortable with sharing, of course. I will never, ever, ever sit here and prod. Accepted an offer to work on Disney Speedstorm, and I guess I was holding a lot of stress because right after I came apart. You know what? I believe that 100%. Like, being out of a job and trying to figure out how you're gonna make ends meet and stuff like that's stress that nobody ever wants in their life. So I do not blame you in the slightest. But I'm so glad, I'm so happy to hear that you got the position. Alright, let's get a move on. The solar system is a callin'. Okay, before we do that, actually, we should go over to the log. So we haven't really discovered anything new. We did hear about a high energy lab. In the Canyon at Ember Twins Equator. We got everything we wanted to from here. The Nomai discovered something strange. Warped objects appeared to arrive at the receiver on Brittle Hollow slightly before they departed the White Hole Station. This negative time interval between an object arriving and departing was incredibly minuscule. The Nomai were skeptical if their equipment could even measure time to such a small degree. Then we had the Northern Glacier. Yes, we haven't checked out the Quantum Moon. That is a location that we still need to check. And we have the Ash Twin project as well. four-eyed semi-aquatic life forms in the waterways near the mine. And the Black Hole Forge. I found a switch that raises and lowers the forge. A Black Hole Forge district is the highest district in the Hanging City, which we haven't figured out how to get into the Black Hole Forge district just yet. Nomai named Poke plan to create a new advanced warp core in the Black Hole Forge. We did find the anglerfish fossil. Nomai learned how to evade anglerfish, theoretically at least, by setting an anglerfish fossil on Ember Twin. And we still have 2 escape pods. One is on the Hourglass Twins, and the other is still in the Dark Bramble, as is the vessel itself. It was so good that I find it difficult to keep my mouth shut, but I promise I will thank you, because I feel like this game is very much like Tunic, in that spoilers are like doubly painful. Time in space filled with fog and thorny vines. Yes, we did notice that. We did notice an anglerfish at its core as well. Oh yes, Brittle Hollow's South Pole. We still haven't even been to Brittle Hollow's South Pole. That's where we're going next. Alright, we've been spending all of our time at the Hanging City on the North Pole, but we need to actually head to the South Pole. Okay. So here we are at the South Pole. Go ahead and get suited up and get on the ground. Ooh, well, well, what do we have over here? Looks like someone else's lander made it here first. Interesting. I did it. I put the ship down safely. In that the ship went down and I didn't sustain bodily harm. A few minor repairs and it's like the ship never even hit those rocks. One of my better attempts. Feldspar would have barely have laughed at me, I bet. That's the good news. The bad news, I haven't found a way inside the structure yet. The door is broken, and I know I'm not great at exploring, but I think I would have found a different entrance by now if there was one, but probably. I can't get inside from here, but I know there are paths below the surface. I'm gonna head north to the ruins on the equator to try to find a way down. Okay, so we actually need to head north to the equator to try to find a way down. Well, technically every direction from here is north. We have trees. Alright, we found a village. The journey here from the South Pole has been, I'm gonna go with harrowing because of all the meteors. But hey, at least I made it here unconcussed and not on fire. But let's see here, I poked around a little. There's some sort of an old nomai path that starts from across from my campsite inside the ruined building with trees growing out of it. Doesn't look like anything horrible, just stairs leading down. I can handle stairs. After I get my supplies together, I'll follow the path to see where it leads. Yeah, so that building is a bit of a no-go. Uh-huh. We do be using that gravity shenanigans. Gravity Crystal Workshop. Oh, okay, this is where they were working on gravity crystals. Interesting. Gravity Canyon, east 400 meters. Fancy. Hanging City north 250 meters. Right, we know about the Hanging City. Looks like we go this way then. Ryback. Oh, you launched. That's great. Good job, you. Wow, I guess that means I've probably been out here a while, huh? This is Brittle Hollow, but you probably knew that. Lots of history here, it's great. I'm here to see the Hanging City. It's always been a dream to see with my own 4 eyes since I was a hatchling. An alien race lived in the solar system long before our species even existed. How could I not want to see what their civilization was like? Only, you've probably heard the others say it, right? I'm afraid of space. Seriously, I'm more surprised than anybody that I'm out here. You wanna know how I got it this far? Tripped over a gravity crystal. It's dumb luck I landed somewhere my little scout says is halfway stable instead of being sucked into what's below. I'm engaging the stability of the ground around me using my little scout, and this seems to be the place with the best surface integrity. So I'm just gonna stay here until I'm ready to move on. But that's enough about me and my problems. You didn't come out here to listen to me blather, did you? Huh? That'd be, yeah. Oh cool, what is it? Wow, so the Nomai probably came here from somewhere outside the solar system, but they must have been in trouble. I'm so curious. What should I explore here? Oh, where shouldn't you? Not the black hole, actually. That's very no, which is unfortunate because the most exciting stuff is all below the crust, including the Hanging City that's just to the north. You can kind of see it from here. There's a big dome on the South Pole called the Observatory. You can't get inside from the surface, trust me, I tried. But if it's like the rest of the Nomai structures, there's probably a path to it beneath the crust somewhere. Good luck with exploring, and if you learn anything, if it's not too much trouble, cool. Tower of Quantum Knowledge, west 190 meters. Anything on this here rock? Nothing? Okay. Oh boy. Okay, what do we have here? Be welcomed in this place. Above you stands the Tower of Quantum Knowledge. If you are making your first pilgrimage to the Quantum Moon, ascend these stairs and obtain the last of the knowledge you need for your journey. Except that's going to be a bit of a problem now, isn't it? Well, we have a different path up. At least there's that. Entrance to the Tower of Quantum Knowledge. Southern Observatory. What this? Oh no. Well, bye. Ow. That did not jump the way I wanted it to jump. Forgot that in this game, even though I just played it 2 days ago, I forgot that you need to hold the jump button. There we go. Dead Nomai. That. So I kind of hate that. Let me explore this island first, since I'm already here. Didn't see a way in. Beneath your feet lies the Tower of Quantum Knowledge. If you are preparing to make your first pilgrimage to the Quantum Moon, descend the steps to the entrance below. The journey held within will help you on your journey. The trees are moving! The trees in this grove wander about freely, the entire plant, roots and all. This is not normal, even for this alien planet. And I never see them move. If anyone witnesses this disturbing behavior, I implore you record your observations here. Either these trees are aberrant, or my brain must be. Plume is right, the trees do move. I confess I didn't notice until I read his notes. Okay, so this must be where we have the quantum phenomena that were discussed earlier. Yep. Sure do be. So I wonder if I need to get them into a specific pattern. The real question... Oh yeah. Very much so. star is already red giant status. Trying to spot it. Like, we're almost already dead here, but... So I guess we need to wait for it to come back to here. Okay, so now the quantum moon is over by our home planet. So will it move if the scout is on it? That's the real question. Now it's pointing to the eye of the universe. Because I'm guessing the scout is supposed to be there to keep it constantly in vision. So now it's over by Dark Bramble. And I still haven't figured out a way to actually get up. That is something that needs to be sorted out. Oh. Well, that's not ideal. Whee! In we go! Alright, let's go to Whitehole Station. Been here many times before. Yeah, it's crazy. The first time you actually come in here, you're just like, oh. All right then. That is a thing. Come on over. And the first time I fell in, I was like, oh, I'm totally dead here. Whee! So the good thing is, we're back here. The bad thing is, this is nowhere near where I need to be. And looks like that's probably going to be it for our journey. We're getting pretty close to time out here. So we have to solve the mystery of the quantum moon. And it looks like we found our path into the observatory, so maybe we can focus there next. Maybe I have to do this a couple times to get it to function as we need. I see it like attaches over there, and I see another like thingamajig there. That's our teleporter point, but that's on the other side of the teleporter point. Like the entire thing is upside down. It's almost like we need to reverse the gravity of this place. That would require somehow like shutting down the black hole. Because there's no gravity crystals, and those don't look like they're powered. Yeah, that floor doesn't look like it's powered. Not seeing anything crazy on it. Yep, it's reset time. Well, it was nice knowing y'all. Exactly. It is time for us to go boom. Yeah, because that floor is not powered at all. See, I never did figure out how to get all the way up to the top. Because I see that, like, that part of the floor is powered. But it's only powered up to there. Reset me. Sup? Begin again. Okay, don't know if we actually we did. Okay, so we had Rybeck's camp and the Tower of Quantum Knowledge. Primarily just Brittlestar. or Brittle Hollow rather. I have gone through Timber Hollow a good amount. Wait, is that our Quantum Moon? No, that's the Idle Rock. I did want to head to the Twins, though. Yeah, I wanted to head to the Hourglass Twins. I see that escape pod beacon over there, so I think I might start there. Oh right, I forgot there was this structure as well. We saw this structure from the, yeah, I remember we saw this structure in a vision, and we were standing here when we saw said vision. So we know that there is something here. I'm gonna take this over to the escape pod first. I think that may give me more... insight, shall we say, into what might be going on. Go. All right, out the hatch. We need a status report for all systems, but initial things first. Is everyone unharmed? Our escape pod's passengers are afraid, but physically well, Anona. Everyone survived the crash. That is a relief, at least. You have my gratitude, but were you able to find the other escape pod's distress signals? I can hear both signals somewhere in the star system, but I don't believe either escape pod crashed on the same planet as us. Scan complete. External temperatures prohibitively high. Inhospitable. Do not seek shelter on the surface. Collision imminent. Preparing for impact. Launching Escape Pod 3, now 2. Escape Pod 2, vessel has been mortally injured, awaiting departure from vessel. The heat from this star system's sun is more bearable below the surface. When our escape pod punctured this planet's surface, it broke into what scans show as a cave system with much cooler air. I would recommend we seek a site down here to build a long-term shelter. I know that these passages are a maze. Even with this danger, they are still our best chance for survival. We'll form teams and descend into the caves and look for a shelter site. We can mark our findings on the walls to avoid becoming irreversibly lost. Be cautious, everyone. And be aware of the sand as you search. It appears to be rising gradually. Oh. Fantastic. Emergency escape hatch. There's nothing at the but rocks, and while these rocks are interesting, they can wait until a less urgent time. Do not follow Coleus and I'll examine the horror that lies at its terminus later, provided we live through this. We found an enormous cavern at the end of this passage that appears promising. We could, okay. So this looks like our potential path forward. Path to the shelter site is somewhat convoluted, so follow the instructions ahead closely. Reach the shelter site, walk forward until you meet the sandfall at the pit, then turn left. Continue to the room filled with rock column formations and climb upwards to the opening above them. The sand here is rising, so you must be cautious, but also swift. Walk forward until you meet the sandfall at the pit, then turn left. Looks like it said that we have to go up. Be cautious crossing the chasm ahead. The bridge Melora and I crafted will do its job, but it isn't strong. Yeah, I can see that. Okay, now where to? There were more instructions. Once on the far side, look for the tunnel hidden behind the falling sand. Follow it and you'll reach the shelter site. You're doing well. There's only a little further left to go to reach the surface side. You can rest there, hurry before the sand comes. Just want to see what's up here. This is amazing. Look inside the cave. How did this come to rest here? We haven't encountered others in this cave. This is a rare find. You can see Coleus and I believe the specimen must be very old indeed. Imagine what could happen if we learned to examine it. Both agree that it's unlikely this dry planet is this horror's place of origin, especially considering... Clearly this hole is too small for it to have fit through. Hypothesis, there's another entrance to this cave. If there is, Coleus and I will find it. It can't leave valuable information undiscovered. An update, we need to find a way inside quickly, Melora, because when I returned here to search for, there were children playing on the specimen. Okay, so this is where the anglerfish skeleton is. Gotcha. And it looks like there's some writing there. All right. So that's the horror that I need to come back and actually look at later. Anglerfish Overlook. Don't think this is going to protect me from the sand. Three minutes of oxygen remaining. We have trees. Should we build the sun station to power the Ash Twin project? Are there other ways to generate this level of power? Theoretically, yes. Practically, no. I can't imagine discovering them in our lifetimes. I understand this proposal must be unsettling, but the sun station must be built if we hope to complete the Ash Twin project. I almost can't comprehend this being suggested seriously. The purpose of the sun station goes against every standard we hold ourselves to and everything we believe in as a species. Unsurprisingly, Idea, I agree. We're pushing a possible new technology further than ever before. That, in my experience, is the defining characteristic of our species. If we fail, and the probability of this is not insignificant, we will without question destroy ourselves, all life here, and the rest of this star system. I wish to protect these species. The potential annihilation of an entire star system is too severe a cost. We shouldn't build the sun station no matter how badly we want the knowledge that comes with it. Fear of failure is a poor reason not to try. I believe if we're cautious, the sun station will work. I believe in Pi. Poke, I'm deeply honored. Idea, I comprehend your position. However, if we aren't all but certain the sun station will not cause destruction once we've built it, then I won't support the station's use. So they're part of the reason. Anglerfish Overlook District, Stepping Stone District, High Energy Lab Trailhead, Eye Shrine. Let's get some lights up in here. That's not going to work this time around. I guess we'll go with the highest one, which is the Eye Shrine District. So there is ghost matter in the area. Do need to be careful. Man, the atmosphere building in this is incredible. Yeah, so that probably won't be a location that I can really visit. I don't think there's much for me to see there. What do you know about the Nomai so far? I know that they're a spacefaring species. I know that they attempted to come here on a ship they called the Vessel. In doing so, they had their ship stuck in the Dark Bramble, which is mighty unfortunate, of course. They launched 3 escape pods. Here we go. Gravity cannon. That sounds fun. It says ghost matter detected nearby, but I'm not seeing it anywhere. Going down there would be less than ideal. This appears to be safe. That appears to be safe as well. Why, hello there. The gravity cannon, you say? Well, doesn't look like we'll be checking out the contraption today. However, I can make a beeline for this on the next round. I know that they had 3 eyes. What else do we know? Oh yes, and of course we know that they were trying to... Actually, they were trying to search for something called the Eye of the Universe. Appears to be something older than them. The Sun Station. They were building a Sun Station in order to power the Ash Twin project. Right. They built into the walls of a huge underground cavern. The city is divided vertically into 4 districts. The Nomai debated building a sun station in order to power the Ash Twin project. Several Nomai opposed its construction, arguing that failure could result in the destruction of the solar system. We do have some information about the Ash Twin project. They wanted to create a new advanced warp core in the Black Hole Forge in the Hanging City, right? I do need to check out the anglerfish fossil. We could... Okay, so a couple things that we can do. On our next run, we need to either book it to the high energy lab, which we learned about from Whitehole Station. The other thing is we need to we need to learn about... Ooh. I wonder, with everything coming off of Ash Twin... Yes. Okay, so Ember Twin is explorable in the first part of the cycle. Ash Twin is explorable in the second part of the cycle. Don't think we'll really be able to explore everything we want to today, but as I thought, this is a white hole station. But where does this connect to, is the question. It's rotating on its own, unlike the other one. I mean, we're almost out of time as is. Where is this? Oh. This connects back to the one here on Timberforge. Return warp status. Charge. Step onto the warp receiver to activate return warp. Interesting. So, note to self, try not to get stuck in that. Okay, so Ash Twin is a Zomai construct. Wow. Also, Dad's son getting big. Uh-oh. So is this then connecting directly over to Ember? using oxygen as propel. I didn't even know you could do that. That's pretty cool. Well, I'm gonna die anyway. No oxygen. It'll suffocate, exactly. I didn't even know you could do that. Okay, learn something new. Not the intended use, I'm sure. I'm awake. Alright, we learned a lot though. Learned a hell of a lot. But apparently nothing else. Alright. So first things first, we're going to make an immediate run over to the Hourglass Twins. Specifically to Ember Twin. We're gonna go quick. A little too quick. Because we want to make a run for the high energy lab. Wait, no, this is the way to the shelter. We could knock out the anglerfish fossil here as well, which I believe was this one. Looks like there is a path in. I'm just not sure which path in. This is the one that talked about some rocks that were kind of interesting. Path is caved in. Okay, so we're just gonna make a run for the high energy lab then. Dang. That's unfortunate. What was this one? Leads to breathable air. Refill your supply tank here. Okay. We're good on air for now. We can refill in the location thingamajig. Do, 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 do. Go through there. Here, through there, and we have arrived. Get a refill on air real quick. Perfect. Get the lights on. Crap. That actually goes way farther down. Shh, don't worry about it. Definitely just didn't destroy something crucial, potentially. Possibly, maybe. Alrighty. So this is the high energy lab. Are we playing the fossil fish game tonight? I fed the fossil fish a new lantern. If you go to Stepping Stone Cave, the entrance to the fossil fish cave is easy to... Oh, okay, so it's inside Stepping Stone Cave. Gratitude. It's good you are still small enough to climb in through the angler. Still small enough. Won't be for long. Mom and Dad are tall, and you will be too. Gotcha. That's it? That's all there was in the high energy lab? It wasn't much of a lab, I must say. Wait. This was Stepping Stone. This wasn't the high energy lab. Yeah. So there should be a way here then. Let me read that again. A new lantern. If you go to Stepping Stone Cave, the entrance to the fossil fish cave is easy to see now. is it? If you're too big to climb through the Angler Overlook hole, you have to go the long way, but it isn't far. Go to Stepping Stone Cave, and then up and into the Fossil Fish Cave. Tried to get to the Fossil Fish through the Stepping Stone Cave, but I lost. Tank can't fit because the... you tell it and leave right now. Remember to feed the Fossil Fish first. If you go to Anglerfish Overlook and throw a light into his mouth, he'll show you the way. Oh... Alrighty then. Learning. Okay. That should, in theory, reveal the way. This is the way. That sand is starting to come up, though, so we do need to get a move on. Aha! Perfect. Whoever was it when the last time is the anglerfish. Rule change. The anglerfish now has to wear a blindfold and do not peek. Why are we changing it? It's too hard if you can't see anything. T-Pie says real anglerfish are blind, so you have to wear a blindfold. The rule stands. It's okay if younger kids don't wear the blindfold when they're it. The rest of us wear it for scientific accuracy to make the game more even. Little fish line up against one mole. When the anglerfish says so, little fish sneak across to the other side. If the anglerfish catches you, you're eaten. So anglerfish are blind. Interesting. Okay, so how does that work out? So they can't see? If they can't see, that means they can only sense by sound, I'm guessing. Okay, and this takes me back up to the gravity cannon, right? Which is about the only place I can go. God, the time constraint on this one is way worse than Brittle Hollow. Right, and we went into there, we didn't see anything that we could really do. This was the entrance to the gravity launcher. And what we learned was that this was safe. Okay, so that gets us back outside. This is over by the gravity cannon. But at this point, the sand is not high enough yet. Shuttle is currently resting at the Comet. Call the shuttle home. Activate the gravity cannon. I fear our situation may be dire. Pi, Poke, and I landed here on this comet not long after its arrival in the solar system. Our shuttle's equipment heard strange energy readings coming from somewhere beneath the surface. Pi and Poke were able to locate a fissure in the ice in the comet's sunward side, and they descended inside to investigate the source of the recordings. But Pi and my sister have been gone for a long time now. They haven't contacted me since descending below the surface either. Should I leave the shuttle to look for them? I want to follow protocol, but I don't know if what I'll do if they aren't well. Poke, Pi, come back to me safely, my friends. Where the hell am I? I am still on Ember Twin. Ah. So the center one brings me home. Wow, that thing travels fast. So the Sunless City. Okay, so this would be an alternate way to get into the city then. That just went straight into the sun. You read all that? We go! Where we go, nobody knows. Woo! Okay, so that thing was actually on the interloper. Well, unfortunately, I don't think I'm gonna be doing much else. I guess I could make a run for Timber Hearth. Head back home-ish. I made it home, let's go! Is there a place here that I can recharge my jet suit, my propellant? That'd be real nice. Okay, so we do have a crew member on the Hourglass Twins. Well, I guess I'm just gonna chill here for the rest of it. Okay, yeah. I was joking about how if somebody wanted to use a Learn Me Something, I'd teach y'all about the Hubble parameter. Because it makes a reference to redshifting. Okay, and then there's this. Frequency, quantum fluctuations. Interesting. So now we have a new, hold on, we have a new signal. We could use this to locate Quantum Moon. Interesting indeed. Alright, I think that should be our next thing then. We have a way to locate the Quantum Moon. Not doing much else today because, you know. Wait, the quantum fluctuation just pointing at the Hourglass Twins. Huh. Is it pointing at my ship, or is it pointing at the Hourglass Twins, I guess is the real question. Alright, we will have to investigate that next time. Unfortunately, given the... Oh, you said Zero G Caves might have it. Alright, we'll go check that out. Wonder if I can borrow the, borrow our good stuff from here. Yeah. Anybody here got some, This is less than ideal. Yeah, I guess we just chill out here then. Won't be too long. I mean, I don't know. It was a good guess. I was hoping maybe we could bleed it off of the test thingamajig that was there. Hey, y'all are not concerned about the, Yeah, sure, I'll do that right now. You know what? I will head to the moon. I'm gonna get you some lunar sap. We're gonna try out some excellent moon wine, and oh my god, the star's exploding! Don't worry about it. So it looks like we need to, well, first let's drop off all of the new goodies that we've learned about the ship, from the ship. The anglerfish fossil, the gravity cannon, the frozen Nomai shuttle, subsurface energy readings. There's more to explore on the Nomai shuttle? Oh. Yeah. One player was the anglerfish and wore a blindfold. The rest of the children, the little fish, lined up against one wall. When the anglerfish said go, the little fish had to sneak across to the other side. The blindfold rule was added because real anglerfish are blind. Okay. We'll see if we can figure out what's going on over here. This rock, right. Forgot, this rock was affected by quantum fluctuations. So if we're going to get on this rock, we have to make sure we always keep it in sight. Plume, Felix, and I have determined that this atypical shard of rock is a reason objects in this grove are behaving in a quantum matter. Of note, a unique signal is coming from this shard. Curiously, our friend, the Wandering Moon, sounds the same. I've also heard the same signal this shard produces calling out from Giant's Deep, Timber Hearth, and the Hourglass Twins. Suppose there are other shards like this one. Is the Wandering Moon. I imagine the moon's behavior in this groves are... Felix mentions this strange type of rock isn't found elsewhere in Brittle Hollow. Hypothesis, this quantum shard is from the Wandering Quantum Moon. Perhaps it is even a small piece of the moon itself. So this was the unidentified signal that was nearby. Bingo. Alright, we gotta keep this moon in sight. This is Quantum Moon. Whoa. Interesting, it just teleports us. No mooning in the channel, please. I do what I want. You can't make me stop. Hi, Sally. How you doing? So there were cracks on the... Ow. There are cracks on this side. Well, that marks the first time I actually managed to fuck up a landing. Jeez, who gave this guy a light? Listen. Alright, it also said one of the landing gear was damaged. It seems to be working fine. This is fine, don't worry about it. It said they were able to see some pads through cracks in the ice. Got new ear pads for your headphones. It's kind of wonky. Old ones were in rough shape. They were basically full of who needs any type of sealing? We try to maintain an open concept on our headphones. They specifically said it was on the sun side. The sun deer side. Yes, of course. Hello. This is the... Oh, this is the frozen ship. It seems the comet wishes to submerge our shuttle in ice. If we stay on the surface too long, the shuttle may freeze entirely. Even if it did, couldn't it call it back home to the gravity cannon on Ember Twin? Yes, with the exploration of the comet, it would be more difficult if we were here without the shuttle until someone recalled it. Perhaps we shouldn't have landed on the dark side of the comet. Suppose one of us remained in the shuttle to keep it warm and continue monitoring the surface. That would be wise, I think, Clary. If you don't mind waiting here with it, Poke and I can continue to investigate the surface. There's White Shuttle. There's the White Hole Station. It really is very pretty as a game. I don't know, it looks pretty well frozen to me. I'm not seeing any passages under the ice. Maybe the passages only appear trying to think. Maybe the passages only appear when we're closer to the sun. Must keep your mouth shut. So let me do that, because we are moving towards the sun, right? The path of the interloper is going towards the sun. So let me land here. And as we get closer to the sun, we'll see if that melts out the ice. Because that is what they said on the ship log. Because we are, yeah, our path is taking us much closer. I am very much on the sunward side. Come on, come on. Prove me right here. Just once. I fucking knew it. I knew it all along. Oh. Well, first things first, let's load up on oxygen. I'm receiving much stronger energy readings now that we're beneath the crust. Whatever it is must lie somewhere below, closer to the comet's center, and I'm starting to think it's more dangerous than we realized. Clary, can you hear us? Voices are faint. I fear we'll lose communication if you continue any deeper. Keep the shuttle warm for us, Clary. We'll return the moment we identify the source of the energy readings. Yep, just as I thought. That's death. And I'm guessing all of these are kind of going to be the same way. Yep. That is not ideal. Oh no. Interesting. Well, I hate to break it to you, but I think I might be dead. I understand that I can refuel the ship. The problem is getting to the surface. Because as it turns out, gonna need to wait for the ship to get over here. We have a little bit until we're gonna be able to actually get back. Alright, we're slowly making our way back in. I'm gonna head in one more time and just refill on oxygen. Should be getting pretty close. Well, I guess we gotta get past Timberhearth first. So that's a problem. That, You make an excellent point there. And apparently the interloper just gets eaten. All right then. Okay, we need to go for a break. I need to get up and stretch, and I need to run some ads to make Twitch happy. And so we are going to do exactly that. So I'm going to go ahead and pause, put on some music. Everybody, this is not something I enjoy doing, but we are going to go to an ad break. It'd be 3 minutes long, so use this opportunity. It's just to disable pre-roll ads on the stream. So use this opportunity, stand up, stretch, get your blood moving again, refill on your drinks, your snacks, whatever it might be. And I will see you all in just a couple minutes. All right. For those of you who are subs, we still got another 30 seconds or so left to go, then we will get started again. Okay, welcome back everybody. So sorry about that, but it is the way Twitch pays the bills to run these streams, because at the end of the day, my streams aren't exactly profitable. So, we are going to go ahead, let the song finish. There's only a couple seconds left. But we are going to go ahead and continue through our journey in Outer Wilds. What we have noticed is that the interloper actually does get eaten by the sun when the sun is at its more swollen stages. So, you know, that's good to know. Also, it doesn't tend to stay on the actual comet. So, we've peered into the inside. It's not swollen, it's puffy. Oh, my bad. But yes, so for those of you who are new to the stream, when I run my ads, I don't play the game because at the end of the day, I want everybody to enjoy the stream and I don't want anybody to miss something just because they aren't subbed to the channel. So I use the opportunity to make sure that we all take a little bit of a stretch, a little bit of a break. And yeah. A strange rock shard that wanders when no one is watching. The Nomai determined this shard is the reason objects in this grove behave in a quantum matter. The Nomai hypothesized that this shard is actually a piece of the quantum moon. This shard emits the same signal as the quantum moon. Coming from somewhere on the Hourglass Twins, somewhere on Timberhearth, and somewhere on Giant's Deep. Well, let's do the one here in Timberhearth then. Because that should just be the museum, right? There's another lock 227 meters away. That would still place it here. I mean, it's probably not at surface level, is the other thing. But it is, like, right around here. No, that's the museum shard, that's 252. Where was the other one? There it is. It is here in this grove. Okay, perfect. Let me get my jumpsuit on. Excellent. Ah, there's the jetpack refuel. Perfect. Good to know. Oh yeah, what's this? I'm gonna try to catch it when it comes around again. Got too close. Okay. So that looks like another teleport point, actually. So we need to find what the relevant, like, white hole station is for that. Careful, Icarus. Flew too close to the sun, indeed. Daedalus would not be happy. There is also that we see at the beginning each time. It looks like it's part of a gravity cannon. Cool. Let's check this out. I forgot my spacesuit. Whoops. Let's try that one again. I can breathe. Just want a 4v5 A-ramp. Nice. Let's go ahead and put that on. But I don't want to match velocities with Giants Deep. I want to match velocities with this. All right, this time I made sure to actually have my spacesuit on. Echoes of Mystralia today look super promising. Oh. What is Echoes of Mystralia? Really done roguelite. Oh, okay. Because I've played a game called Mages of Mystralia before. Launch module. Probe tracking module. Control module. So the launch module is clearly no more. Or sorry, this is the probe tracking module. Dang it. Not what I need. Perfect. Alright, looks like there's a whole lot going on in there, but most importantly, it looks like there's a way in. So we're gonna try to hit that way in. I also realize that I only have a limited amount of time, because I do know that these oh, come on. I have seen the debris crash into Titan's Deep before. Ow. Oh, thank you. Velocity matched, huh? I don't know how long I get. I just know that I have limited amount of time. At least I think I do. Can I head into the gas giant? Yes, kind of. There we go. Put your back into it. I'm trying. Let me out. Okay. Oh yeah, I'll need to refuel. Thank you. Gabbro. Nice, it's you. Good to see you made it here in one piece. First solo launch is a doozy, isn't it? We're moving. Hey, don't freak out or anything, but lately I like to keep, like, dying repeatedly. I don't know, it's pretty weird. What about you? Have you died lately, or is it just me? No, it's me too. We're in a time loop. Time has been behaving unusually lately, right? A time loop makes sense. Cool. What do you think it was? I figured it's some fidgety time business, but I wasn't really thinking about what's happening to the shape of time, you know? But a loop makes sense here. Let's go with loop for now. Looks like you and I are the only ones that can tell that time's gone all weird. I tried radioing Hornfels and asked if they died too, but they thought I was being metaphorical. Even if I tell Hornfels about the time loop, they never remember by the next one. They don't realize anything's different. Here's another weird one for you. Every time I die, all of my memories from that loop replay back to me. I'm pretty sure it's related to that big Nomai statue I found on one of the other islands. I was looking at it and the statue opened its eyes and started glowing. It replayed my memories like it had seen them through my own eyes, which is what happens each time I die. That happened with me with the statues at the museum. You too, huh? The Nomai statues must have something to do with why we're the only ones aware of the time loop. So no glowing statue, no time loop awareness? I think that's my leading theory, but if you find out anything new about the statues of the time loop, let me know, okay? I'll be here. How's space treating you? Found something. Actually, never mind. What should I explore on Giant's Deep? At the start of every time, I keep seeing a bright flash in the sky. Something must be happening up there in orbit around the planet. What else? Have you been to Statue Island? Calling it, seeing as it's an island, it's a glowing statue. Yeah, it's on the beach on the Statue Island when the whole glowy business happened, by the way. 7 out of 10 on the Gabbro relaxation scale, the GRS, if you will. I feel like checking out Statue Islands. It's the one with 2 islands connected by natural rock art. Mostly connected, anyway. And toss it into space. Yeah, that'd be pretty nuts. Alright. Whoa! Yep. So no going that way. Please don't grab my ship. Hey, grab my ship. I'm getting in the ship. So it just chucked the entire island into space, huh? Oh, and we're going back down. Wow. Okay, so this place do be a little crazy. Uh-huh. we got a scroll. This was the station that we were just on. Uh-oh. 11 minutes, 24 seconds ago, long-range probe successfully launched from the orbital probe cannon. Still don't know which... I have bad news, Avens. Yarrow says there's a problem with the proposed power source, so the orbital probe cannon won't be asked to fire. Hope you're pulling my locomotive limb here, Cassava. Tell Privet and Malo that they should return from the cannon. My spouse and I will remain at the construction yard for now. An update. Malo and I will join you in Daz. Privet left to visit her brother. She fears Zendaya may be responsible. Wish I were here. I wish I were, my friend, but no. They're certain they can't fix the problem, so the orbital probe's cannon is on indefinite hiatus. I see. Where are we going? So this is what it looked like before it got all busted up. Got it. Let me grab this again. Go across to the other side. Okay. Is there a wall here that I can put something in? I see another projection module, this time for Brittle Hollow. A bit more fantasy answer. For the sake of your playthrough, this is real time, not a vision into the past. Okay, gotcha. Because it looked like it was completely in one piece. That's why I was curious. All right, looks like I need to go all the way around. Yeah, because this is specific for Titans Deep. Yeah, we saw the 3 rooms over there. Ah, here we go. I completely missed this originally. Let's see what we got. This is it. We finished building the final orbital probe cannon module and are ready to send it into orbit around Giants Deep for assembly. To all my friends here at the construction yard, my gratitude for your tireless work. I had given up hope, but I truly believe this cannon may actually succeed where many other attempts have not. If I know my brother Avens and his spouse will want to launch the probe with as much power as possible, I'm worried the cannon would break under the strain. I propose we give Avens and Malo a slightly lower max power setting than the absolute max possible to create room for their enthusiasm. Are you going gelatinous on us, love? I'm delighted by your words, but they're atypical for you. If I'm ever half as gooey as Malo and Avens behave together, Daz, you may launch me from the orbital probe cannon. Send Privet up to the probe cannon to install the probe tracking system. Okay, so I think what we need to do is we need to grab the projector module from there. Whee! Wait for it. Wait for it. And sploosh. That's crazy though. The thing launches us straight up into space. It does kind of beg the question though, if there is anything underwater for the station. I'm not seeing anything off the top of my head. What's very convenient? Because I don't think I know where the Brutal Hollow projector is. At least I don't think I've seen it. Never mind, alrighty. We've seen a lot. You're gonna go to bed, have a good one. Alrighty, sounds good. Well, thank you very much for stopping by and chilling out for so long, Danny. Always happy to have you here. There's more to explore here. Nomai put the orbital probe cannon on indefinite hiatus. The cannon was not asked to fire. There's a Nomai computer. A long-range probe was recently launched from the orbital probe cannon. Okay, this is the island where he was chilling. Yeah. Okay, this was the construction yard. So we still need to find the island, as it were. This might be it. Oh, and it just went to space. So we'll have to wait for that to come back down. There it is. Okay. I wonder if those locations are where I'm supposed to be standing when this island gets hit by a cyclone. Yeah. Forgot. There's much stronger gravity here. Statue workshop, and it's broken. Interesting workshop, though. That means they were working on it actively here. Trees. I wonder if this projection stone was actually okay, and this looked like the end point for a teleporter. Yeah. Oh, looks like we're done with this run. Welcome to Giant's Deep, friends. I'm excited for you to meet the statues inside the island. Sun is about to go poofy. Okay, don't know what that island is yet. Memory statues. The other way. Not to do that. I really want to see the test, Lammy, but I'm just trying to get as much information as I can. But I think that's going to be it before our reset. I will be protected by the dense atmosphere of Titan's Deep. Supernova got nothing against clouds. Bye. Okay, so it looks like I'll need to come down to Titan's Deep, grab this thing. The Brittle Star projection thingamajig, and then make a run back up. That being said, we did just get a bunch of new information, so we'll take a moment to look at the ship log and see what all we have uncovered. So that probe just launched. Interesting. But why did it just launch? Gabbro found a Nomai statue on another island. The statue's eyes started glowing and Gabbro saw members dying. We seem to be the only ones. So there's more to see on Gabbro's island. Okay. I found a Nomai statue lying on the beach. Looks like the one I found in the observatory. So yes, there is another way into the workshop. Still more to see here at the construction yard as well. All right. So much to do, so little time. Let's get a move on. We're going straight to Giants Deep. Planet proper. Okay. Ah. Hang on, let me get unturned around here. Said there was more to see here on Gabbros Island. So I'll set down here first. We still don't seem to be upright. There. Much better. Close enough. Yeah, so this is the cave that we saw that is full of ghost matter. It's probably not going that route. Ye old construction yard. Yard. Okay. There should be something up here that we haven't seen yet. Maybe? Maybe not. I mean, apparently there's still something here on this island. So it's probably got to be something in this cave then. Either that or it's got to be something with Gabbro himself. But I don't know yet. So I'm going to head back up. And we're going to head immediately over to the construction yard. Oh, well, I found his ship. Cool. Oh, there's also this island over here. It's got bramble on it. This island seems very angy. Trip 4, entry number whatever, crashes 2, boring crashes 0. Yeah, all the way down to the core. Consider yourself conquered, Giant Steve. You just got feldsparred. That was one of my more dramatic feats, if I do say so myself. I can't imagine I wasn't electrocuted. Brute force isn't always the answer. Is the big one now. Dark Bramble, here I come. Oh, is this one sending us up? I think this one might be sending us up. My ship. Should have seen that one coming. But was not in seat. Don't worry about it, Sully. It is fine. Everything's going to plan. Everything is going as intended. Yeah, I just updated the interior decoration a little bit. Feldspar headed off to Dark Bramble after reaching the core of Giant's Deep. I launched my scout into the seed that had crashed on Timber Hearth. It ends up in a much bigger space filled with tiny fog and thorny vines. Feldspar found a way to reach the core of Giant's Deep. Anyway, we go again. As one does. Alright, so there's Gabbro's Island. And here is the construction yard. Remember, folks, keep your ship inside the gravity field so that when the cyclone hits, you are perfectly safe. Design style is modern exactly. See, it was all according to plan. Structure stone. I'm still trying to think about the methods by which we might reach the core without getting electrocuted. At least you get some audible warning before the cyclone hits you. Exactly. Okay, now we just need to locate our wreckage. Here we go. Perfect. All right, the suit is on. And in we go. So we had looked through this. Perfect. Right where I want it. So then we will exit. And now that our trusty scout is marking the entrance for us, for the love of God, get in there. Okay. And so we have made it in. What is here? Yes. This. This is a different one. Okay, cool. I'm holding this, but can I put it down somewhere? There. Now, where was the other one? It was like floating right here. Wait, where'd it go? Oh. Here. Hey, Void. Welcome on in. Okay. So hang on. This one goes to the first chamber. Oh, that one doesn't go here. We need the one for room 2. What we saw was room 3's. So then the question is, how do we get into this room? Because I'm guessing that's where we'll need to start. Okay, Scout is over here. Been in a stream for a while, decided to take it to be in a cesspool of an area. Eesh. That doesn't sound joyful. What's going on? Huh? Just people being people, or what? Wait, okay, hold on. If that's locked closed, how did I exit? Oh, right, I exit through one of the other module vent thingamajigs. Here. Yeah, this is where I came through. Okay. There we go. Wow, okay. Music. Ah, this is what Danny meant. Okay. Interesting, there's no text. This isn't the right module? What do you mean? Right, but I already came here, I saw this. Unless it's saying that's the module I need here. But these are just projector modules. Okay, what about this module? Yeah, this is room 2. Where's the... There it is. Gravity reversal. Okay, several severe structural stress detected, assessing damage to modules. Control module intact, no structural damage. Launch module, viewport window fractured, module exposed to vacuum of space. Probe tracking module missing. So the probe got launched, and then the whole thing was broken apart. I'm reading this in reverse order. Begin launch log. Orbital probe cannon launch request received. Probe launch successful. Probe tracking module receiving data from the probe. Structure compromised during launch. Damage to multiple modules detected. This thing gonna... There we go. It just took a while. 14 minutes 29 seconds ago, request to launch probe received from Ash Twin Project. Cannon aligned with randomly selected probe trajectory, gravity field activated. So all this comes back to the Ash Twin Project then. So we're gonna take this module then back to room 2. I guess this is one way to do that. Now, where's that scout probe? There it is. So the Ash Twin Project is still active then, because that launch happens, you know, as I'm waking up. Yeah, I've seen this. That's fine. It's whatever. But why show me that? What happens if I put in brittle hollows? This is the lab inside the observatory. Yeah, this is the lab inside the observatory. Okay. This is the Southern Observatory that I've been trying to get into for so long. And it looks like, much as we thought, there's a way in from underneath it. Oh shit, I forgot. No gravity here. Okay. Well, we learned a lot. We learned that we don't know nearly enough. let's review. Yeah, probe tracking module is receiving data from the launch probe, and Nomai computer reports the probe tracking module as missing. The launch module is badly damaged, but its projection pool is still intact. There's more to explore here. So there is still more to explore here. Really? Like what? So let me refill that. We have a raid. Welcome in the Great Pal. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the shout out over to the Great Pal. Sally, I'm assuming that was Sally. Welcome on in, everybody, from Raid. How was the raid? How are you doing? Hello, Lunar Echoes, Fluvent, and the Great Pal. How am I doing? I'm doing fantastic. You were also playing Outer Wilds. Excellent. Well. Very much for the follow. Welcome to the Silent Flight. I do hope you enjoy flying with us and enjoy your follower burb emotes while you're here in the chat. Hello, everybody that came over from the Great Pal. I almost said Lunar Pal. The Great Pal's raid. Welcome to the stream. My name is Audible Silence. I'm a variety streamer here on Twitch, and this is my second day of exploring the Outer Wilds. Just as a heads up, as you all probably noticed coming from Great Pal's stream, this is a very heavily knowledge-based game, so I warn you now of spoilers. Yeah. How was your stream? How long have you been playing the game? Are you new to it, or? I can't really watch you due to spoilers. Exactly. Yep. No spoilers. It's so great. It really is. This game has been an absolute joy to play. Currently, we are orbiting the probe research launch thingamajig above Titan Deep. And we are exploring about. We're mucking about, seeing what all there is to see here. Which is to say that I was told that there is still stuff that I can see here, which I'm not really sure how, but supposedly that is the case. I want to wish you a great stream. 10 hours in it so far. Okay, so I'm probably a little bit further along than you. I think I'm pushing... Never mind, you're further along than me. I'm only about 6 hours in. Okay, so we have this projector thing, but I guess what I'm confused about... Aha! Wait a second. Hudan Hardude? Hardude? Are you Norwegian? That's Norsk, right? Danish Norwegian. Nice. I thought I recognized that. I took a vacation actually out to Norway last September. And in getting ready to go to said vacation, I tried to spend some time to learn a little bit of Norsk, which is why I recognize the simple phrases. That's awesome though. You're I'm assuming them Great Pal, you're also Nordic. Imagine, Privet, the probe tracking module. Yeah, we were out in we landed in Bergen and Danish and doing very well. Heck yeah. We did not make it out to Denmark, but yeah, we landed. So we flew into Helsinki, and then Helsinki into Bergen. From Bergen to Flom. We rented a car, drove a little bit of a scenic route to Flom. From Flom, we drove up to Geiranger, on toward Molde, and then across the Atlantic Highway over to Kristiansand, and then flew into Oslo, and then back home. It was an incredible trip. And I really, really want to go back because I really want to see northern Norway. Get into like Tromsø, and then I don't know. I know that like the policies around going and visiting like Lofoten Islands and stuff is very, very iffy. So maybe not that, but I really want to hit up like the Arctic Circle. Norwegian colony many years ago. We're still pissed. Denmark is pretty flat. I gotcha. I actually have a cousin who studied in Copenhagen. They've since moved, but I think now I want to say they're in Stockholm, but they're still in the Nordics somewhere. The probe tracking module will be the first to know the coordinates of the eye of the universe. You'll be the first to see them. I'm honored and terrified. I won't ask the orbital probe cannon to use so much power that it breaks, will you? Fret not, my nervous friend. We only need to fire the probe once, anyway. So who minds if it compromises the orbital probe's structural integrity slightly? I would mind, Malo. I would mind because we won't be capable of receiving our probe's data if the tracking module is destroyed. Ah. I see the problem. My better 50%. Yeah. I've heard that Copenhagen is also just a great city in general. I do want to go back and visit more Nordics. Mala, my better 50%. Cassava is sending the last of the cannon components. Soon, relatively speaking, we'll know the eye's precise location. The thought of concluding our elder's curious and challenging search increases my heart's temperature, love. Cassava tells me he and the construction yard crew have determined a power setting we are not under any circumstances to go above. Norwegian is better than the Denmark in football and food. I sense a little bit of rivalry there. I always thought the rivalry was supposed to be between Norway and Sweden. I see. Am I right to think that consequently we'll be ignoring that setting? I can posit with nearly 100% certainty that our friends have accounted for our nature, so I suggest we do. Giving the orbital probe cannon all the power it can structurally withstand creates the greatest chance of finding the eye of the universe. Yes, the probe must travel as far as it can. I'll make some adjustments. I hate pastries. So interesting. Okay, but the brittle hollow one doesn't have anything in it for that. What if I need to take this one out? Hey! Get for 10 minutes in stream ads. It do happen like that sometimes. Welcome on into the stream. Thank you so much for the follow, Hazy Destiny. Oh no, Hazy Destiny, do I need to remind you? Have you forgotten already? The ding! It goes squawk! It really do. Sometimes. Here in this chat. Anyway, back to our regularly scheduled programming. One of these days I'm gonna make that an automated command. That way I don't have to do it manually every time. But it is not this day. How are you doing, Hazy? Once again, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Silent Flight. I do hope you enjoy your burb emotes for following. We have a fantastic stream. Got to go to sleep, unfortunately. See you around. Yeah, it is getting pretty late up there. I know you guys are what, 6 hours, 7 hours ahead, something like that. Oh no! Oh no! We're running out of time. Sun gonna go boom. So you gotta set up your streamer, but yeah. I'll get mine done one day. Here it goes. When Americans think about Denmark and Legos, most people handball. Good night, everyone. Good night, great pal. Thank you so much again for the follow and the raid. I appreciate you so much, and thank you for dropping your community off with me. We will be shielded by the sun, from the sun. We're shielded. No, you can't touch us. No. Okay, so we need to track down that probe to figure out where the eye of the universe is. What is this game about? Lunar Echoes. This game is an exploration game where you're trying to unlock what happened to a particular, you see there, that event may have something to do with what happened, but we don't know. It's an exploration, adventure type of game. However, there is a issue in that the sun explode, but we come across an artifact that allows us to reset time, allowing us 20-ish minutes. Is it good? This game is incredible. This game is absolutely incredible. I love this game. Okay. The one thing I will say, Echoes, is if you have any intention of playing this game, to please look away. Because this game is heavily based on knowledge gating instead of mechanics gating. So, like, you know, a mechanics gated game is like, oh, you can't progress unless you do XYZ. Or reach XYZ point in the game. This game pretty much allows you to do everything right up front, you just don't know it. And so you're going around trying to discover and learn how to do the things that you already technically can do. So in that sense, spoilers hurt triple in this game comparative to many other games. So if you or anybody else on the stream has the intention to play this game down the road, I highly suggest you mute the stream. I'm so sorry. It's not something I would ever say, hey, you need to do this. But I just want to make sure that you get everything that, you get everything you want to if you plan on playing this game. All right, I think we're gonna go back to Brittle Star, or Brittle Hollow. That's the Quantum Moon. So the last time I tried to go through the Quantum Moon, it didn't like me very much. So we are gonna head over to Ember Hollow instead. Okay, let's grab all of our stuff, head on out. Unidentified signal nearby. There's a good chance that this signal is actually one of our people's. Indeed it is. Sure. This is you. Hello, I take it your first launch went well then. Welcome to the Hourglass Twins. Mind the sand now. Hornfels asked me to update our star chart, so I'm out here observing. This is one of the best places in the solar system to spot astronomical events, you know. What's weird is I've actually seen a couple of supernova today. Usually I'd be fortunate to see just one. Keep an eye on four on the stars, and maybe you'll spot one yourself. How dangerous is that big column of sand? Scale of 1 to dead, I'd give it a 7 or 8. Awfully pretty though. Right now sand is flowing from Ash Twin to Ember Twin, but did you know the process eventually reverses? We're not completely sure why the sand flows back and forth between the twins, but it seems to be a natural phenomena. If you'd like to see something interesting, check out the other twin once a little more of the sand drains off. I promise you won't be disappointed. I'm taking pictures right here. I've seen the old shipwreck site on Ember Twin's southern hemisphere, the one shooting a bright beam of light. Yeah, that's a Nomai ship. We did see that. Yep. Signal scope there actually. Let me just see. Okay. Cool. I roast a marshmallow. It is very important to roast marshmallows. All right. I think that's gonna be it for this area. Let's see if we can head down, actually. We do have stairs here, so that is something. Ooh, what's this? God, literally everywhere you turn, something new. Not just fall to our death. That would be very unfortunate already. There's a quantum fluctuation here about 150 meters away. Over there. I wonder if it's surface level. If it is surface level, then we should be able to reach it from the ship, right? So, there's that. Oh, it's right here. Hello. The rock is very familiar. Did you travel here, my sedimentary friend? Because your unique color and texture appears to look identical to a rock I met earlier. Wasn't this the same rock fragment in the cave we found at the bottom of the dry lake bed at the North Pole? I'm going to re-examine the northern lake bed cave. Miller and I went to the lake bed cave and observed this rock again. Sometimes it's there, sometimes it isn't. This means that the rock wanders like the quantum moon does. How curious. Calais is missing. He vanished from the lake bed cave, the one at the bottom of the dry lake bed at the North Pole, several days ago, and we're unable to find any trace of him. I don't know how much air he had when he disappeared. I beg any friend reading this, help us recover him. Okay. So we learned more about the crew of Escape Pod 2 out here. So bottom of the dry lake bed. I don't know how high the sand has gotten. If we'll even be able to get that far down. Let's see. Looks like the sand has already gotten too far up. Alrighty. Well, another time then. On a different run. There was this other path out here. I think this is just more doing a loop. That being said, we did learn about the, that does mean that we did learn a little bit more about the Zomai travelers that were here. Hoping that there's a path up. So right now I don't really see much of one. And I kind of need one. Okay, it seems like I might just be able to boost myself all the way up. That would be a big plus. Perfect. All right, let's get back in. So this was the site of one of the projector stones. I wonder if there's anything here for us. Because that was the projection. Ah! Okay, so this is the high energy lab. Door will remain closed for some time. Pi and I are running an experiment based on the extraordinary findings from the White Hole Station. Raimi and I will be running this experiment until one of us, specifically me, can prove the other wrong. So although it's inconvenient, the lab currently can only be accessed by the path from the Sunless City. Inviting sand inside would disrupt our setup and have enormous consequences. We realize this is an intriguing prospect, but the door must remain closed nonetheless. An update, the High Energy Lab is now being used to design the Ash Twin project. If you're here to help, or even just to observe, be sure to use the Sunless City path to the lab. Oh. There's an entire path here to reach Sunless City. I had no idea. Where does this go? Crash Site Caves. Sunless City. Yeah, so we're probably not going that route. Not until we know how to deal with those. Trees. Return quickly. Gotcha. Unfortunately, I don't think we'll be traveling much down because the sand do be rising. That being said, we did actually learn quite a bit here today. So, not a bad run. Not a bad run at all. Now there's a lot more to see here. Oh, this is a white hole station. Get in from over here? This was Zomai? So where does this go exactly? Ah! So that's how we access this one. Gotcha. Okay, we'd been here before. We just didn't know how to access it. Although we might be going for a little bit of a trip here. Don't know. Maybe. So this is how we access this side. I see. Well, that's fair. I do like the fact that you can do a return trip. I'm guessing that that's going to be a mechanic that I need to know. So Titan Depths connects to Ash Twin. Sand column was right there. And my ship is gone. My ship was taken by the sand. No! That being said, we have access to this place. What do we have? Some time has passed since I checked in with you, Pi. How are you and Nadea progressing with the Sun Station plans? Presently, my assessment is that our plan will either fail explosively or succeed explosively. Pi, you know I don't find that funny. How curious. Rami thinks I'm a gas, and I don't recall requesting that you monitor this conversation, Nadea. I don't see what state of matter you are has to do with this, and I don't recall supporting the Sun Station's construction, but here we are. Time spent away from the station would be beneficial to you both. Immensely interested in testing your hypothesis, Harrow. That at least we can agree on. Okay, so is there a way that I can get past the spikies? I'm not seeing a way past the spikies. Wait, this is another teleport chamber. And it looks like there's a working door on this side. But it only works from the other side. Okay, well, what do we have here? Okay, we have a scroll. To where? Here. Friends visiting from the Hanging City. We're planning the Ash Twin project at the High Energy Lab on Ember Twin's equator. I became lost on Ember Twin. My gratitude that Rami found me, but the High Energy Lab is the building with the large solar panels. I'm surprised I didn't see it. I imagine our otherwise immensely clever Kanoi. Okay, so this... Wait, this corresponds to Brittle Hollow, then? Is that what I understood? No, this is on Ember Hollow. This is on Ember Hollow at the High Energy Lab. Unsure how to understand this information just yet. What I do know is that we are dangerously close to the sun. Okay, if that's the case, where does this one connect to then? So the side with the scroll we don't know. The side with the actual scroll holder connects to High Energy Lab. Did I just go to Dark Bramble? Nope. Titans? Nope. Another location on Ember Twin, maybe? That's the only other thing I can think of. There's my ship. Just chilling. Yeah, probably not gonna make it. We got trees. Woo! And there's a scroll here. Shows an excellent spot. What is this big rotating device for? What big rotating? This big rotating device. Fascinating thing. Should travel there. Track it so we know where it is. Given its reluctance to move, might be macroscopic quantum things. Kindly count me among this moon's admirers. Does it move? Not only does the moon appear, confirm it rose Timberhearth Heath as well. So we're learning more about Quantum Moon, but we still don't know much else. Well, we're gonna be going very quickly this time around because we are like right next to the sun. Goodbye, world. Alrighty, I think this is where we're gonna call it today. I'm going for about 3.5 hours, so do have to get going for the evening. So yeah, I think that is where we will end for the day. Okay. We do need to track down that probe as well. Okay. So with that, we will go ahead and quit out. A lot of progress that we made today. But we will come back to it next week to continue any further progress. I love this theme song for Outer Wilds, by the way. A gorgeous theme song.